I just came back from the dead and they told me, you still not that girl.
Hi everyone. It has been 4, 5 years since I've posted on this channel, and that is because I was away at school. Yes, your girl has a bachelor's in arts. Speak to me cutely, speak to me nicely. I want to talk about my experience from the ages of 18 to 22, because the last time you guys saw me I was 18 years old and a first year in college, and a lot has changed, especially if you've seen my older videos. All of those are in private. And if you hear a sound, it's literally my ceiling fan because it's hot as fuck. Also, I wrote it down because I felt like I needed to. I have like memory issues. When I like write, I'm able to make things click that haven't been there for such a long time because I like to repress shit. Let's start with age 18. It was the COVID era. So when this era started, I was like 17. I was still in high school. And I graduated during COVID, which that shit sucked. We did a drive-in graduation, and I like busted the house down because it was also hot as fuck, and we also had to wear masks. Like it was too much. When I first entered into college, I thought I was gonna have an easy time. Like, I'm not gonna front to you all because my plan was I wasn't gonna make any friends. I wasn't gonna leave my room. I was only gonna go to class, do what the fuck I need to do, and then get the fuck out. Like, that was the initial plan. That was the initial goal. And surprisingly, this was an easy but very difficult era for me. I was on top of my shit academically. I did my big one. I was locked the fuck in. And I was like, you know what, fuck it. I'm gonna be the smartest bitch in here. And am and was and always will be. But I did horrible socially. I was very anxious because Miss COVID girl, she had bitches by their necks. And it's not even like I'm not trying to make a joke of it now because it is very serious. It was very serious. What can you do? I also felt very out of my element going into college because while I do have siblings, I'm so used to just like siblings. Like, I just don't have the fucking one. Like, I'm so used to like being by myself and like not around people 25/8. Like, it was definitely like a big change for me, and it got to a point where I told my mom I wanted to go the fuck home, and I was even there for like a week. That was mainly for like the first 3 months I was there. The first like term, basically the most I did was go to class, go to work, and on occasion talk to a few people. Barely. When the winter term hit, I eventually came out of my shell and started like talking to people more, and even made like a few friends. Which was kind of pussy. It was kind of slay. Can I say pussy on YouTube? We're just gonna go with it. And that was like 18 all the way up to 19. It I was born May 22nd. I'm not gonna drop my full like shit, but I was born like May 22nd. And you guys can do the math. Like, that's so stupid. Slowly going into 19, I was an anxious bitch. I didn't want to talk to no one. I was antisocial. I did not give a fuck. I was just there for my education, nothing else. But I made friends. Now, let's get into 19. We enter my I don't even know era because I genuinely do not know. I started to gain more confidence because, like, that has always been an issue for me. I was never a confident person. Now look at me. Mm, yeah. I know I should probably clip this, but I think this is so pussy. Just like having like a mini ass microphone in your hand. Like, it's so like cutesy, it's so dainty, it's so demure. But yeah, at age 19, I started to gain more confidence. Because I also started to lose weight. And I'm going to be very, very honest with you all. It was not a very healthy way, and it was very toxic, and also very I know it's not funny. I'm just laughing because not because I'm talking about it, because these things are really serious, but I'm laughing because, like, I'm re-memorizing all this shit. I wrote all this shit down because I block things out, and then when I feel like it's time to remember them, I have no other choice but to write them down. I'm really dead ass. It was not a very healthy way. It was actually very concerning, and I didn't realize how concerning it was until I talked to my. But when I initially started that journey, it didn't stop. It didn't start off that bad. I started getting more confidence in my body, and I started being on my hot girl shit, crazy it took us so long. Like, I started trying to like find myself more, as well as like finding my style and also the things I like. It was a very like confusing but trying to figure it out kind of era for me. I am not sure. Uh, 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 I am not sure if I fixed the technical difficulties with this camera. It is not even a camera. It is my iPhone. Um, yeah. Child, anyways, when I did start that journey, it didn't start off that bad because, like I said, I was finding more confidence in myself and also my body. I was on my hot girl shit. That's when Hot Girl Todoroki was born. Actually, not really, because Hot Girl Todoroki has been a thing since 2019. I also started to become more social at this age. That's where I met some of the best people I call my closest friends to like this very day. I love those people so much and I go to war for them. Period. But I started to have like a really hard time like opening up to these people at first, and it's because I'm someone who is very reserved. I feel like I have a very difficult time opening up to people, just period, doesn't matter who you are. Like I can't even go to a fucking job interview and be anxious cuz I don't know what the fuck you mean by tell me more about yourself. Like you already have my resume. Like what more do you need from me?
What more do you want from me?
Even though I do have that mindset still to this day, depending on what it is, but if it comes to like people I genuinely care about, I do try to like open up to them more and try to be more open and honest, especially about like who I am and how I feel, because I'm also someone that gets misperceived a lot. Clock it. I have a very bitchy face and that throws people off. I'm deemed as intimidating, and like that's okay too. Diva. But then I started going to therapy, and I highly recommend therapy to anyone who feels as though they need it because it is very beneficial. Is this bitch fucking working? I started figuring out myself more, especially in terms of like what I liked, what I like doing, what I'm now passionate about, which is dancing. I love dancing. I love K-pop. I started like figuring more of that stuff out and just like finding things that I really liked, because I've always had a hard time finding things I actually like doing, because I always felt like I had to be someone else for other people. That's no tea, that's no shade. Like it's the honest to God truth. So while I did have these good things going for me, I was also still doing poorly mentally. I had a difficult time recognizing that I didn't even like process that, because I have a habit of whenever something's wrong, I'll try to, especially like in the past, I'll try to push that shit to the back of my head and act like shit ain't wrong. Surprise, surprise, I never felt safe a day. I never felt safe a day in my life fully expressing myself. Trigger warning. Content warning. Also didn't recognize what I was developing was a eating disorder. Hold on. I thought I was just, oh, I'm pushing myself. I'm trying to, be on my hot girl shit. I'm trying to look good. I'm trying to feel good. But I did not recognize or understand that I was actually being very detrimental to myself and my own mental and also physical well-being. Um, and that's my truth. It's something. It happened. It still happens. Like it's real. It's canon. I was also like very depressed at the time, and especially in the winter, I always experienced seasonal depression on top of regular ass depression. So I was in like this weird in between of feeling confident but also very insecure at the same time, and also trying to find a way to uphold this new confidence I felt like I had because I was being a hot girl, I was making new friends, I was like losing weight. I felt like I looked really good. I felt like I was doing amazing, which no, that's not tea. Like that, I was actually doing fucking horrible. So let's get into 20, and I'm going to call this year Lost Girl era because bitch, I was lost. I did it. This is by far like one of my most difficult years. I never also like truly healed from the shit that was going on at 19. Those like 8 months of being 20, I felt like I was in a long manic episode. And honestly, looking back, there was a point where I was embarrassed because of this, but I should be more empathetic towards myself because I was going through a lot, and but I did not recognize it. I just didn't recognize the fucking screws were loose. Like also at this time I sought out validation and the desire to be wanted by someone I had no fucking business wanting to be desired by, because that's actually embarrassing. If you know, you know. I had a thing for ugly men. And honestly, I'm glad that shit didn't go anywhere. Yeah, I did that shit out of boredom and because of mental illness. Like, I'm not gonna cap. I'm not gonna lie. There's nothing to lie about. I'm so fucking over filming this video. This is my fourth take. So, like, after what felt like a long ass manic episode, I got severely depressed. For the longest time, there is a lot of things happening in my life. And it just felt like the world was closing in. I got easily overwhelmed, and like it just felt like the end of the world. Just like period. And it eventually got so bad and eventually became too much. And I ended up leaving campus for a week in order to get my head right and to like finally open up about being diagnosed as bipolar and having BPD at the age of 13, 14. This honesty came from the fact that I don't remember much from those ages because I blurred out a lot of those things in order to protect myself and protect my peace. And I finally opened up to my therapist about it. And I also went and saw my doctor and I got put on Zoloft. God bless. Yeah, after I got my shit together, like that week, I started removing myself from things that no longer served me and actually caused me harm. Like, I needed to lock the fuck in, and Miss Zoloft girl got me together. Now let's segue into 21. I'm gonna call this my girl, you need to heal that era. Because, bitch, I need to heal that all the way. After moving past all the shit from 20, I wanted to try and like build myself up more. So I started like playing with my style. I started to be more out there and more like me. I just didn't give a fuck anymore. So I opened the floodgates. And I thought that would also make me feel good about myself. And I also started to like build my confidence up more. And I also felt like the sense of like being free kind of. While I did get this new sense of security, there is still that part of me that wanted to be desired by others and also wanted to feel like I was wanted in some way. It's hard to describe. Like, if you get it, you get it. Like, there's no other way I need to fucking put it. I put it just straight out there, just straight up flat. And like now, like looking back at it, I'm like actually embarrassed. Like, I'm actually embarrassed about this thing because it was so fucking stupid. I was compromising myself and my mindset over fucking niggas, and I'm so glad I'm never doing that shit again. Like, that was embarrassing, that was humiliating, and that served me no good whatsoever. This is no shade. Certain people aren't worth tripping over, and I promise you that. It wasn't worth it. I was looking for shit that did not exist, and I can be 100% honest about that. And honestly, I'm glad shit never existed. I'm gonna also be really honest, I was a late bloomer. I don't know if 21 is considered late, I guess. you know. And it's because I never thought about myself as like a person someone would like want or like view as like attractive just on appearances alone. I am a fat black woman and I have a bitchy ass face. Look at my face. But like now I think I'm one of the most beautiful women in the world. I think I'm drop dead gorgeous and I'm not self obsessed. I'm not vain either. I just have this newfound appreciation for myself where I do view myself as very beautiful from both within and also on the outside. Today, Pussy Boots Queen, because of that desire of wanting to be wanted and wanting to be desired, I was unnecessarily very hard on myself. I started to feel like I could never be seen out and about looking or feeling any other way besides like perfect and on my shit, which was very hard because I thought I was ugly. Like ugly where it never gave that. And I also started to become very sensitive about how I was perceived by others. And that's also just been me like my entire life because back in the day, poor old me didn't know what to believe. Now I can see I'm that girl. Baby, she's all that I need. Stream Crazy by Le Seraphim. But I found it very hard to like breathe. Like I felt like I had no breathing room because I thought one small something I'm gonna look fucking fugly. Like I don't like it's not funny, but it kind of is. I also created dumb one-sided attachments to people I had no business wanting those attachments with. Um because I thought it would make me feel good when that shit was actually hot steaming dog buns. I thought I learned. I thought I learned at age 20. Like that shit is dumb as fuck. We learned at 21. Oh, bitch. I'll tell you, we fucking learned. I'd also like to note I'm a person who does wear their heart on their sleeve, even though I may not look like it. Um, I just have a hard time expressing myself and like trying to be vulnerable with others because I felt like vulnerability was weak. Like, and it's not. I think vulnerability and the ability to show softness during a hard time is a very beautiful thing. I feel like people need to like stop shitting on it. Justice for all crybabies out there. I see you, I recognize you, and you are not a crybaby. You are actually a strong ass queen. Don't let these niggas get you fucked up. Period. I don't feel like being soft takes away from the fact I am a boss ass bitch. I handle the shit I need to handle and I go hard every single fucking time. Um, that doesn't change anything. I'm just a bitch with feelings. After the last stupid ass, like one sided attachment I made, I had to boss the fuck up and put my big girl thong on and lock the fuck in. And that's exactly what the fuck I did. I was tired of being hard on myself. I was tired of everybody having me fucked up. I was tired of bitches thinking they can play with me. I was tired of viewing myself negatively, and I was fucking tired of wasting my tears in my words because I am someone who puts a lot of warmth into their soft words, their kind words, their thoughtful words. And to feel like that softness is being viewed as weak. I don't like that. I think that's fucking lame. I think you're a fucking whack ass bitch. I realize not everyone deserves those words. Not everyone deserves my warmth when I do give it. To those who do deserve it, I will absolutely give it to them. Because, like I said, not everyone is worth that softness when they're not soft with you. Cool, cool. I put my everything into graduating, and also there's a performance I really wanted to do. I love the feeling of performing. I love the feeling of dancing. It actually I don't know, it makes me feel so happy and feel like so good about myself. It gives me that feeling, you know? Yeah, I put my pussy into all that shit. I was going to get the fuck out. I was going to be that bitch at the end of the day, and that's exactly what the fuck I did. Not that I'm getting heated, like recapping all this shit. I'm getting heated because I fucking filmed this video multiple fucking times. I also had to learn and practice the art of detachment, which I'm going to get into when we hit 22 because I feel like this has affected me to a great degree. I'm not even going to lie to you. Chapter 22, I call this chapter The Shift. On May 22nd, 2024, I felt like a weight was lifted off of my shoulders because of how much shit I was just like dealing with, and it got to the point where I was just fucking over it, and I felt like shit didn't matter. I was just tired of being tired.
I'm so tired, child. I'm so tired. I'm really tired.
And honestly, my 22nd birthday genuinely felt so good. And on that day, the sky was purple and it was raining. And I felt so happy, and it just felt like everything was looking up. All the shit I was going through, all the shit I was feeling, all this head assery, it finally was looking up for me. I stopped giving a fuck about bitches that were feeding me, fucking me, or financing me, because at the end of the day, the motherfuckers really didn't matter, and I was just in my own way worrying about that bullshit. There was like a reset in my brain. While I'm somewhat grateful for it, I do recognize where it somewhat left me fucked up. I'm now scared of getting attached to people, and I'm scared of expressing my feelings because I feel like it won't matter in the end. That's a really shitty thing to like recognize, but it's true. It's my truth. Like I can't wallow in it. This was like a year ago, so it doesn't fucking matter. And I still do feel that type of way. I'm slowly but trying to change that for people I do care about. I feel like that fear, it's gonna keep me stunted. Just going through multiple changes, going through multiple chapters, but also feeling like you're still learning the same fucking lessons over and over again. But only you can like change that shit for yourself, and so you're not stagnant and like still feeling that hurt and having that hurt carry over into like something else. I'm a fucking human being. I'm going to learn, I'm going to grow, I'm going to make mistakes, I'm going to do the most. Like I can't help it. It happens. It happens to the best of us, happens to the worst of us. I'm working on that so I don't put someone else in that compromising situation and those compromising feelings. It's not fair to push and pull, because that shit hurts, and it's fucked up to hurt someone else just because someone else has once hurt you.
You know, that's just my opinion. Everybody got an opinion. Everybody got something to say.
But yeah, this is coming to the end of this video. I've honestly learned a lot of lessons over the last 4 years. Let me stop moving it elsewhere. So many lessons, and I know that I will always find a way to like heal my own heart and also like heal myself from like whatever happens, whatever is difficult, whatever is hard. I know I will always find a way to make myself feel better and also stay solid, because like I am a very solid person. I have a clear understanding of who I am and of what I want and how I see myself. Um, and it may have taken like a long time to get there, but I'm still a solid ass bitch, even if I am scrambled or shaken. So,
Huh?
What you say, honey?
I don't hear you, sweetie.
well, thank you so much for watching this video. It has been a really long time since I've recorded and uploaded a video. Like I said, it's been like 4 years because a bitch is busy and a bitch has things to do. But I would like to start uploading more. Um, so like, subscribe. I don't really give a shit. You can follow me elsewhere too. I'll have that link below or like right here. I don't know. I'm using an iPhone for this shit. Also, give me some video ideas. But yeah, see ya.